Was Adam the first human being God ever created? In Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, it reads, "Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being." We can see from this verse, that the Bible only states that God created mankind. But it doesn't say Adam was the first human to ever exist. So then, who came before Adam? And were there other humans besides Adam in the same time period? We see in Genesis chapter 4 verse 17, Adam's son, Cain, met another woman whom he married east of Eden. But where did this other woman come from? In Genesis chapter 6 verse 4, it also states that the Nephilim were on the earth before the great flood occurred. Again, where did the Nephilim come from? How come their creation isn't accounted for, like the record of Adam in the book of Genesis? It seems the Bible has left out many details, and is a mystery we have to solve. What's even more staggering is that archaeology estimates that human beings have existed for 3.3 million years already. They are able to find prehistoric stone tools which humans used. So if Adam existed around 4100 BC, that would already mean many humans existed much earlier than Adam. So how do we locate Adam's existence timeline? Our point of reference is the Bronze Age, which was between 3300 BC to 1200 BC. And in Genesis chapter 4 verse 22 it states that Tubal-Cain, Adam's great-grandson of 8 generations, forged all kinds of tools out of bronze and iron. So rewind about 800 years back and you are close to Adam's timeline. So we can clearly see that mankind had already existed much sooner than Adam. Then that begs the question, why was the Bible formed mostly around Adam and his lineage? Why not form the Bible on the first human ever created instead? It is likely God wanted Adam and Eve to carry on a holy book to remind the world of God's existence. As it seems God showed his existence to ancient human beings all over the world. In Genesis chapter 6 verse 2, we get a clue there were angels of God that came down to earth. This verse states that the sons of God, Bain Elohim, married the daughters of Nephilim. However, it seems these fallen angels weren't supposed to come to earth, and subsequently caused the great flood to occur. Yet, people would know God existed because they saw his fallen angels. The book of Enoch explains who these fallen angels were. We also get another clue from Ezekiel chapters 1 and 2, where angels of God meet Ezekiel. Ezekiel even describes what sounds like a ship in the air, where he recalls seeing metal, wheels, and fire blasting from the center of the flying object. It then goes on to say that the angels took Ezekiel away and flew him to Tel Aviv. And outside the Bible, there are also archaeological records of similar angel or ET sightings all over the world. The book, Chariots of the Gods, documents these sightings and markings that match similar stories to Ezekiel, found all over the world. Meaning that ancient humans, before Adam, would have met the same angels that Ezekiel met. So we can only conclude that God created Adam and Eve, so that there would now be a book for the whole world to be reminded that God still exists.